How are we doing today, guys? Once again, thank you for joining me on Viper9 Toy Videos. Today, I have another one of the Vitruvian Hacks Series Z. This is Alex Nikolaidis, the Museum Curator. This one here, I think, is by far one of the most clever of the Series Zs that they have done to date. Everything else of the Series Zs, as I've mentioned in older videos, there's a lot of fuzzy lines and everything like that about the parts and the characters and the ideas, but this one throws in a lot of parts from their Series 1 Spartan series. And I think that's just absolutely clever. I love that. I love that he's a museum curator, so he comes with ancient artifact weapons that obviously have stood the test of time. On the back of the card, there are, the previous waves. I have her. I will be doing a video on her shortly, but right now we're doing the Alex, and then when I do her, that will complete everything. Right here on the back, it does have the brief little bio of him about, who he is. He's from Athens, Greece, so all these weapons are probably going to be legit for him. I love this right here. I don't know if I've ever pointed that out before, but there are no limits. Just absolutely awesome. Once again, the collector packaging on these guys. Go ahead and open that up. So in there, you do have the dismembered torso. You do have two hands with horizontal rocker wrists opposed to the vertical rocker wrists. And then you do have the figure stand that looks like a piece of asphalt. Let's go ahead and take him out real quick. Ooh, yeah, I forgot about that. Go ahead and get a bloody handprint on the back there. That's I'm just super happy with this Series Z's. I know the zombie fad is kind of crazed, kind of overdone, but one of the biggest things is, one, yes, this is a zombie series, but two, it's civilian figures. So you have all your 3 3/4 out there that have done modern military, past military, so on and so forth. You have your Marauder Gunrunners that does modern military. They've done World War II. They've had the successful Vietnam Kickstarter. You have G.I. Joe, Acid Rain, everything out there that does military figures. This gives me civilians, and I want civilian figures. So I've just been absolutely loving these Boss Fight Studios Series Z's figures. Like I said, one for the zombie aspect of it, and two primarily for the civilian aspect of it. Go ahead and talk about the articulation. So he does have the double ball joint neck. I love that paint detail in there. A little bit of gray forming on the beard there. He does have it's not soft goods, but it's a soft rubber coat jacket there. And then he does have some really good elbow articulation, shoulder articulation. I always do that. One day someone's going to yell at me. Really good elbow. He does have the wrist rockers. So in body is the vertical wrist rockers, where in the package is horizontal wrist rockers. He does also have the double joint knees, but I do love how they sculpt those to where, you can see the joint, but it hides really, really well. He does have just standard ankle pivots, no rockers or anything like that. On this particular figure, on the males, they usually tend to do the pivot ankles instead of the rockers. And then just really awesome hip articulation too. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these accessories. So Nikolaidis does come with, Nikolaidis. Alex does come with an alternate head. Oh, if I could focus. So that alternate head is really awesome. To be honest with you, I'm not going to buy... I know I've mentioned in other videos before where they do the two figures where you can buy two different figures and build them out. But I'm probably going to use this extra head just on a standard Series 1 or Series 2 boss fight figure. That way I can have, two different knights with two different heads. Probably where that one's going to go. This one here, this was, I think, the Athenian Warrior is the first time that we saw this helmet. Way back in their first Kickstarter. of the Spartan versus Gorgons that they did. So you had the Athenian warrior, and then you had the Spartan warrior there, and then just go ahead and get that on there. So right there you have the museum curator armored up. That is just really awesome. Like I said, I really dig that aspect about it. Go ahead and get his swords out of here. So I know there's a technical name for these swords. Oh, that one just kind of popped right out there. Technical name for these swords, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. But so he does have a long sword and a short sword. One thing I've always loved about Boss Fight Studio is they have made their weapons almost dangerous because they are very pointy and they can poke really, really well. Like one thing Boss Fight has done really well is made things that can poke. And that can be dangerous. You know, you accidentally get one of these swords not paying attention where you're swinging around, and you can poke something with it. But, you know, like I was saying, you do have this museum curator. He has this long and short sword. And he is ready to take down some zombies. I mean, look at that blood detail on these swords. Just like a lot of the other Boss Fight Studio, the factory does amazing work on these. I don't know how many Boss Fight Studio figures that I've bought and opened. Very rarely do I have any joint issues on them. Their factory does such amazing work on those. And even if I have, I have had, I think, 3 figures I did have some joint issues. Boss Fight Studios, no excuses, no nothing. They just sent out replacement parts. Asked me my address, sent me out the replacement part. We got that figure back up and running. But, once again, here is Alex Nikolaidis, the museum curator, by far, I think, my second favorite Series Z's. First being the Zombie Puncher that I did a little while ago. If you're curious about that one, you can go ahead and jump back and see that video. But as always, guys, thank you for watching.